My name is Kara Hollingsworth, and I did my Understanding My Community project on Little River, Kansas. Our school is an elementary school and a high school. The elementary school is located in Windham, which is about 12 miles west of McPherson, Kansas, which is south of Salina, and Little River is about 8 miles farther west of Windham, and that's where our high school and district office are located. Custom and traditions. The habits of the people in Little River, they are extremely focused and giving. They are definitely philanthropy centered and very focused on keeping that family base in the community. They're student driven, as we hold education very high, and the school is a very big part of everybody's life. Most of the extended family of our students live in Little River, so they spend a lot of time together. Family traditions are very important. They attend, because it's such an active small town, most of these families attend festivals and fairs and parties and just about any assembly or any school-related thing all together as a whole family. Our curriculum at school is given the freedom to change. It's more of a guideline. We follow it pretty closely, but we do implement a lot of extracurricular deals with our curriculum just to make sure our students stay interested and to give them some different opportunities. We're one-to-one iPads, and all the teachers have MacBook Airs, so our kids are really lucky that they can use those technology resources. Our common idea or attitude at our school is remember where you came from. We use that when our district goes out on field trips. We use it when our class leaves the classroom. And we'd use it when our class leave their home to remember where they came from. And we center our teachings around integrity, which is doing what's right when no one is watching. And we are a family-based school. We do a lot of philanthropy almost monthly for families that are in need. We do philanthropy. We work closely with the veterans. We work with the fire department. We work with food fundraisers and those kind of things. We really try to center our philanthropy around just about anything. We're not racially diverse in Windham. We have about 3 non-white students in our school, but religion does play a large part. We have a nativity scene that lives outside of our school at Christmas, and we have a big Catholic group at our school, and so they hold their faith very high. It's a middle-class conservative town, and it's mostly rural, agriculturally based, and change is really dependent on the situation. If it's an educational change, then usually people are open to it and ready for something new that will challenge their students. If it's a traditions change, it comes a little tougher as traditions are followed pretty closely. Rice County's population, where Little River is located, McPherson's actually located just on the border of Rice County and McPherson County. However, Rice County is where our district office is. Rice County has 9,985 people, and 36% of those are urban, while 64% are rural. The average income is $41,000, and that compares to Kansas at about $51,000. Our high school has 240 students, and our elementary has 130. Our enrollment is pretty even male to female, and like I said earlier, a majority of our students are practicing Christians and mostly Catholic denomination. Most of the parents either work in agriculture or something in town, and if they live in Little River, a high number of them work for the school district. They can also commute to Hutch, McPherson, or Lyons. The enrollment rate, like I said, is about 98% white. There are 2% African American and 1% other. And communication channels. Communication is very open in Little River District. Teachers daily communicate with parents, staff, principals, administration, etc. The principal works on a Facebook post. He daily contact through the phone, whether that's for attendance issues, talking to administration, talking to other teachers, and even he talks to students every single day. He's in our classroom constantly. And he also leads the town youth group. He's extremely active in our community. Superintendent, daily staff communication. She's constantly coming and calling us or emailing us, and she uses a phone system which she needs to get into to the entire district, parents included. The newspaper publishes all of our board meetings and school events. Students' work and student success, those all go into the newspaper when they want to be acknowledged. The newspaper is a big part of our community. There's no foreign language or communication barriers with students or parents at this time, and our biggest sources of communication for the community are face-to-face, seeing people out, coming in, talking to teachers, talking to principal, and social media really gets our big announcements out. Our community groups are groups of the school, our sports, pep band, choir, band. We started a girls running club for 3rd grade to 5th grade that empowers little girls to understand that they are more than just a little princess, and that running can be a good escape for some of our lower income or kids that are struggling with things at home. We follow a curriculum for reading, math, science, and social studies, and then we write our own writing curriculum. The informal groups in town are a youth group, rec sports, 4-H. They're all extremely popular as we don't have a Y in town or a rec center, so these rec sports are a good way for the kids to get started before high school. The community groups that contribute to Windham are Tiger Paws and Lions Club. They contribute for if kids need new glasses, if they need new clothes, if we have a field trip we'd like to go on. Tiger Paws and Lions Club helps with that. Tiger Paws is like our PTA, and Lions Club is a community-based organization that pretty much helps anybody in town. The fire department, the police department, and the churches are also very closely related to us. Our leadership, there is our superintendent, who is Betty Summers. It's her 2nd and last year. She came in to help us out with a transition period between our superintendent that left and the new one that is to come. She's our press liaison. She works on the budget, staff management. She's been known to drive bus and manage the bus drivers, and she's constantly involved with classroom work. She pretty much fills any shoes you need. Our high school principal is Audrey Johnson. It is her 1st year. She's also in charge of building management, staff management, and she also goes around and helps with sports. Our elementary principal is John Payton. He's the administrator that has been there the longest, for 20 years. He is also a press liaison, a building manager, staff manager. He's a youth group leader, and last year he won Community Man of the Year. He's extremely involved. He practices great leadership skills. I believe he follows the Michael Fullen theory, and he expects and appreciates everyone being a leader, and he teaches them how to lead and what he wants, his moral purpose. As Kuzniz and Posner, he also gives you that trust that you're looking for. Leaders in our community are present and involved. Like I said, our superintendent and principal are constantly in our classrooms, at events, any kind of assembly, things like that. They are family-based. They're always promoting improvement for the community. There's always something being renovated or changed for the better. Community leaders can be board members, administration in school district, large families, things like that. The economic conditions in Little River, especially with the school, turnover is uncommon. Pay begins at $32,000 for certified teachers and raising with your master's courses and years of experience, etc. And we all pay into capers. The average house value in town is about $50,000. The tax rate, our sales rate is really high at 8.15%, and our income tax is at 4.22%. The school community, it's a small town community. It has a small town feel, with focusing with the main street and an elevator and things like that. It's farming based, and there's 8 miles between the high school and the elementary. The parent community is mostly agriculturally based. A large percent of them work for the school, or they commute to Hutchinson or McPherson. Political structure. Can we separate politics from education? No, I don't believe so. I think politics will always guide the way that schools teach, financially or even morally sometimes. It'll always play a hand in education. However, Little River is very conservative, and our principal does a really good job at meeting with us and updating us on the legislative decisions. We've discussed cutting administrators, and is it worth saving money to give them more jobs to do, more people to watch, and less time to spend with the kids and on the kids? Incentive pay, we've talked about how it really cuts out the music teachers, PE teachers, art teachers, how it leaves so many open holes with those teachers and other aides and things like that with incentive pay, that doing that for education does not really work. And we just feel like overall there's a lack of understanding at the state level. Even we teach Common Core, however, it's been positive for us, but I have heard many teachers say that it's been really difficult, and I feel like that is something that really kind of goes in the lack of understanding at the state level and the amount of time in a day we are given. Social tensions, working in a town this small, there's always gossip, family issues, farming issues, and really the biggest thing is everybody knows everyone. School tensions, we obviously work on bullying a lot. We have a school counselor that comes around and teaches bullying lessons, as well as our principal goes around and teaches bullying lessons. And another one can be economically challenged families. So for kids who are less fortunate, sometimes seeing kids with other things, or even getting homework in on time, getting to school on time, that can cause really big tensions between a student and a teacher, a student and a student, or a student and a principal. So we try not to let those come between us. However, you can definitely notice the difference between the families. Parent tensions, there isn't a lot of parent tension in Windham. Like I said before, a lot of the parents work in the building or in the district, so they're very understanding, but parents are communicated with daily to keep contact open. Most of us send emails to parents at least once a day. If not, they're called, especially if about discipline. We try to act quickly and directly with parents. Extra sources of information, like I said, we email a lot to parents, but also to admin. We get late starts on Wednesdays, and so we use that time as staff development, and so we email our administrators on how we spend our plan time. We also send them our lesson plan so they're updated on what's going on in our classroom. Parent surveys are given from teachers and from the district at different times of the year. Power School is our grading system, and we can put teacher comments in there as well as attendance. Board meetings are printed in the newspaper. Anybody is welcome to join or is welcome to listen in at a board meeting. A staff and student directory is given to each student, and personal staff information is given to all the staff. And end of year teacher surveys and inventory and school orders, so the school knows what the teachers are in need of. Our power structure is pretty simple, but once it gets down into our school district, everybody functions pretty well together. The state government and the board, but our superintendent really works closely with our principal and elementary school principal, who works really closely with their staff at their building. I don't feel anyone really feels one person is above the other one. Maybe there's just more of like the pecking order kind of deal. Multicultural issues with a predominantly white school. The really only multicultural issue we have are high and low income families. So you can really see the difference between a middle class student, one of our low class students struggling with homework, clothing, getting to school on time, the normal things that a child should have that sometimes in a low income family they don't have. Small percentage of non-white families in our school, and so we really discuss different cultures in our school, but we don't really have examples of a lot. We teach the history, we teach different holidays, family lives, culture, and music. I know our music teacher goes into different cultures through some of her lessons. High expectations for our students. We try to make sure that we are rewarding with behavior, fundraising rewards, stopping for bullying, sports awards, academic awards, and we try to do swift and to the point punishments and parent contact in a direct manner, level based on action, really. We believe that it's easier to motivate kids to run towards something good than run away from something bad. Our public opinion is really measured that most of the staff live in Little River, so they know the community, and they ended up staying in it, and our constant volunteers in the school and out of the school. We usually get compliments on field trips that we are the most well-behaved and polite school to come. We have financial contributors like MTC, Williams Energy, One Oak Underground Storage come in and help us a lot. And our public opinion survey goes out at the end of the year. Likes, dislikes, improvements, seniors receive exit surveys, superintendent asks for staff survey, and community education.